Hi, this is Dr. Sue Allingham. I'm an independent consultant, author and trainer. For the next couple of minutes, I'm going to talk to you about what your recovery plan might look like for early years in your setting. We've all been through a terrible time for the last couple of years, and the effects on us may be varied, but it's affected us all in some way. As things start to return to normal, I would suggest, and I suggest with all the schools and settings that I work with, that your recovery plan is based in two things. The first thing is how you look, listen and notice what's going on. That's based on the way we do our observations, look, listen and note, but I always make note into notice because it's a much more proactive word. If you notice something, you're more likely to respond to it. If you note it, you just write it down and maybe don't act on it. So that's the first thing, look, listen and notice. The second thing is the best way to get through a situation is through your enabling environment. By enabling environment, I mean the physical environment, but also the emotional environment. Lois Malaguzzi said once that if we work on our preconceived notion of what a child is, then we aren't likely to be getting it right for the actual child that presents in front of us. We need to get to know that child. Now, our physical environment is one way of doing this. Are we providing the things within our resources, within our furniture even within our space, that children are familiar with, can use and can think about and really get involved with? Are we providing the right amount of challenge for the children, or are we actually boring them and they're just conforming? But underpinning all of this is that enabling emotional environment, the one where we really get the child who's standing in front of us as a unique child. How do we read that child? How do we know how that child is feeling? How do we understand how to help them with co-regulate? How do we co-regulate and help them with their self-regulation? Do we enable them to be themselves? So to develop your practice and support your recovery plan, if you like, my suggestions would be to think about, how do you really know the people and the children that you work with? Because if we understand what makes people tick, emotional literacy if you like, you're going a long way to helping a recovery plan and underpinning some really good quality early years education.